Be May. 28 years old. Data analyst for a mid-sized logistics firm. Life is a series of spreadsheets, coffee, and perfectly organized Tupperware. Introvert level expert. Hobbies include silence, reading thrillers, and watering my bonsai tree, Mr. Miyagi. Live in a nice apartment complex in the city. Not luxury, but the walls are thick enough that I don't hear my neighbors exist. Paradise JPG. One Tuesday evening. Come home from work. Pieces shattered. See a moving truck blocking the entrance. Boxes everywhere. Labels on boxes say things like fragile, heavy, and bones. Probably misread that. Trying to squeeze past a sofa stuck in the hall. Hear a crash. A small figure pops up from behind a stack of boxes. Female, maybe mid-20s. Wearing oversized overalls covered in paint, mud, blood. Hair is a chaotic bird's nest held together by a single struggling chopstick. She looks at me with wide, panicked eyes. Sorry, gravity is a bully today. She tries to pick up a box, trips over her own feet, and drops it again. Sound of glass shattering. She winces. That was just a jar of pickles, definitely pickles. Nothing smells like vinegar. I nod slowly. Need a hand. She looks at me like I offered her a kidney. Really? You aren't going to yell at me for blocking the paths? Not yet, let's move the sofa. Help her pivot the sofa into Unit 4B. My apartment is 4A. Great. We are door-to-door neighbors. I'm Ellie, by the way, thanks neighbor man. I'm Anon, welcome to the building. She smiles. It's a blindingly bright smile, kind of disarming. I'll try to be quiet, you won't even know I'm here. Fast forward 2 weeks. That was a lie. Absolute lie. Ellie is not quiet. Ellie is an agent of chaos sent by the universe to test my sanity. It starts with a thumping. 2 a.m. Thumpy. Drag asterisk. Thumpy. Sounds like she's bowling with a medicine ball. Put on noise-canceling headphones. Try to sleep. Next night. 3 a.m. Sound of wet celery snapping. Over and over. Snap asterisk. Crunch. Squish. What is she eating? How much celery can one human consume? Meet her in the hallway the next morning. She looks like a zombie. Dark circles under eyes, hoodie stained with something red. Morning Anon, she croaks. Rough night, I ask, eyeing the red stain. She looks down. Oh, this, yes, splatter zone, got messy, took hours to clean up. Excuse me. Cooking, I suggest, hoping for a yes. Something like that, she grins nervously. Had to get the texture right, the first batch was too watery. She scurries into her apartment and locks all 3 deadbolts. I stand there. Analyze data for a living. Data points, night activity, red stains, weird dragging sounds, obsession with texture. Conclusion, my neighbor is a serial killer. Or making artisanal tomato sauce. Hoping for the sauce. Week 3. Running into her at the mailboxes becomes a routine. She's always struggling with something. Dropping keys, tripping over air, spilling coffee. I usually catch her or the items. Nice catch, Anon, you've got reflexes. Observation helps, you telegraph your falls about 2 seconds before they happen. She laughs. I'm just testing gravity, making sure it still works. She's cute. In a disastrous high-maintenance way. Start feeling a weird protective instinct. Mostly because I don't want her to accidentally die in the hallway and lower my property value. Decide to test the waters. Bake cookies, I stress bake. Knock on 4B. She opens the door a crack. Chain is still on. Dim lighting inside. Weird smell. Smells like wet dog and rubbing alcohol. Hey Anon, is everything okay? Made too many cookies, peace offering for the late nights. She goes pale. Oh God, am I being loud? I tried to soundproof the closet. The closet. Yeah, where I do this work. She unhooks the chain and takes the cookies. Hand brushes mine. Cold fingers. Thanks Anon, you're a lifesaver, literally, I haven't eaten in 12 hours. What are you working on? She freezes. Eyes dart to the side. Just a project for a client, they're very demanding, they want it to sound real, visceral. Visceral. Yeah, like bone-breaking visceral. She realizes what she said. Metaphorically for art. She slams the door. Luck. Okay. Definitely a serial killer. But she likes my oatmeal raisin cookies. Moral dilemma ensues. Week 5. The noises get worse. It's raining outside. Thunderstorm. Perfect cover for nefarious activities. Hear a scream from 4B. Not a I stub my toe scream. A full-on blood-curdling I am being murdered scream. Drop my book. Heart hammering. Run to the shared wall. Listen. Silence. Then hysterical laughing. Then another scream. Then no please not the knife. Holy shit. Grab my phone to call 911. Hesitate. What if she's watching a movie? Pause. Hear a heavy thud. Then silence. Absolute silence for 5 minutes. Panic rising. Grab my own keys. Rush out into the hallway. Stand in front of 4B. Ellie. Knock hard. Ellie, are you okay? No answer. Try the handle. Locked. Put ear to door. Hear faint sobbing. Or maybe heavy breathing. Ellie, I'm calling the police if you don't answer. Door clicks. Open slowly. Ellie is standing there, holding a massive kitchen knife. Covered in blood. Face streaked with red. Hair wild. She looks at me. I look at the knife. I look at her. Anon. Drop the knife, Ellie. Calm voice, de-escalation mode. She looks at the knife. Oh my god. She drops it. It clatters on the floor. It's not what it looks like. It looks like you just murdered someone. I didn't, I was just cutting a watermelon. A watermelon. Aggressively. Look past her. Apartment is a wreck. Tarp on the floor. Microphone stands everywhere. Computer monitors with audio waves. And a smashed watermelon on the floor. Sitting next to a pile of wet rags and a raw chicken. Wait. Raw chicken. Ellie, why is there a raw chicken on your floor? She sighs. Shoulders slump. Wipes blood and sticky red syrup off her cheek. Can I explain, but you have to promise not to laugh. I am currently too terrified to laugh. Enter the apartment. Step over the tarp. It looks like a mad scientist lab. She kicks the chicken under a table. So I'm a Foley artist. Stare at her. A what? Foley artist, I make sound effects for movies and video games, post-production audio. She gestures to the room. The screaming, I was recording vocals for a horror game, Slasher Cabin 4, the client needed terrified victim 3. Point to the watermelon. In that. Head trauma, exploding head specifically, watermelons sound the best when you smash them. Point to the celery on the counter. Bones. Exactly, celery snapping sounds exactly like fingers breaking. Point to the wet rags. Blood guts. Soaked chamois leather dropped on the floor, classic gut sound. She looks at me hopefully. So, I'm not a serial killer, just a very loud audio engineer. Feel the adrenaline drain out of me. Knees feel weak. Start laughing. Just wheezing laughter. She starts giggling too. You thought I was murdering people. Ellie, you dragged a sofa in here and then spent a month snapping vegetables and screaming at 3 a.m. I was tracking your schedule to see if it matched missing persons reports. She covers her face. I am so sorry, the soundproofing in the closet isn't finished yet. I've been on a tight deadline. Look at her. Messy, chaotic, covered in watermelon juice. And strangely brilliant. You need help, I say. I know I need to clean this up. No, I mean with the soundproofing. I have some acoustic foam left over from my home office setup, and I know how to install drywall anchors without destroying the building. Her eyes light up. You'd help me even after I scared you to death. Neighborly duty, plus I need to sleep, and I want to see how you make the sound of a dragon. Oh, that's easy, dry ice on metal and a walrus groan. Of course it is. Enter the montage phase. Spend the next few weekends in 4B. It becomes our project. I bring order to her chaos. Organize her sound library. She had 5,000 files named Sound 1, Sound 2, Splat Final V3. Create a database for her props. Fix her loose floorboards so she stops tripping. She teaches me the art of noise. Find out that I have a talent for walking on gravel sounds. She records me walking in a tray of cat litter for a suspense scene. Perfect cadence. Anon, you walk like a man with a dark secret. My secret is that I own 5 identical gray sweaters. We order a pizza. Sit on the floor amidst the acoustic foam. Talk about everything. She's passionate, artistic, wild. I'm grounded, logical, steady. Opposites attract. Cliched but true. Begin to notice small things. How she bites her lip when editing audio waves. How she hums when she's setting up a mic. How she always saves the crust for me because she knows I like it. Start finding excuses to go over. My internet is down. It wasn't. Do you have any sugar? I have 5 kg in the pantry. I think I heard a strange noise. Better check your equipment. She never questions it. Just smiles that blinding smile. Come in. I need someone to hold this cabbage while I stab it. Month 3. Project is finished. Her deadline is met. The apartment is fully soundproofed. Silence returns to my life. Sit in my apartment. 8 p.m. It's quiet. Too quiet. Miss the chaos. Miss the thumping. Miss the random screams followed by oops, sorry, text. Stare at my bonsai tree. Mr. Miyagi, I think I'm in trouble. Decide to make a move. Logical approach. Calculate probability of rejection. Variables, shared laughs, lingering eye contact, pizza consumption. Odds look good, but I need a catalyst. Said knock on my door. It's Ellie. She's wearing a nice dress. Hair is actually brushed. No paint or fake blood visible. She looks amazing. Hey Anon. Hey Ellie, no murder tonight. Nope, project submitted, I'm free. She shifts awkwardly. So I realize something. That watermelons are expensive. No, well yes, but also, I can't hear you anymore. That was the point of the soundproofing. I know, but I miss knowing you're there. I miss the sound of your kettle whistling at 7 a.m. It was comforting. Heart rate spikes. Calm down, maintain composure. I miss the cabbage stabbing, I admit. She laughs. Steps closer. I have a new gig starting next week, romantic comedy. Oh, less screaming. Way less, lots of kissing sounds, hand-holding heartbeats. She looks up at me through her lashes. I need a Foley partner, someone to help me generate realistic audio. Brain stops buffering. System reboot. Are you asking me to help you record kissing sounds? I'm a perfectionist, Anon. I need the real thing for texture. Smirk. Well, for the sake of the art. Strictly professional, she whispers, leaning in. Visceral, I whisper back. Close the distance. First kiss. Not clumsy. Not chaotic. Perfect audio quality. High fidelity. No background noise. Just us. Pull away. She's blushing. How was the take, she asks. Might need to re-record just to be sure. Agreed. Plot twist setup. Months later. We are officially a couple. Living between the 2 apartments. Life is good. One night watching a movie on her couch. It's the horror movie she worked on. Slasher Cabin 4. Credits roll. See her name, lead Foley artist, Ellie Chen. Proud boyfriend moment. Then the screen fades to black. A secret scene starts. It's the audio from the murder night. The night I broke in. Hear my voice on the TV. Ellie dropped the knife. Hear her voice. It's a watermelon. The director kept it in. Turn to Ellie. She's hiding behind a pillow. Ellie. Okay, so funny story. Why is our argument in the movie? The director loved the authenticity of the male voice, said it sounded like true desperation. You recorded me. The mics are always on and on, hazard of the trade. So I'm in a horror movie. You're in the credits, look. Scroll down. Additional voices, the concerned neighbor. And as she mumbles. And what? Check your bank accounts. Check phone. Notification from bank. Deposit $5,000. Voice acting royalty fee. Stare at her. You got me paid for thinking you were a murderer. I'm a very good agent. She grins. Dinner is on you. Dinner is on me. The real twist. Later that night. Lying in bed. She's asleep. Thinking about how lucky I am. Weird thought hits me. Remember the first day. The box is labeled bones. She said it was a prop. Remember the client calls I overheard. Very secretive. Remember her uncanny ability to simulate exact asterisk bone-breaking sounds. Remember how she knew exactly how to pick a lock when I forgot my keys last week. Learned it for a spy movie, she said. Look at her peaceful face. Phone lights up on the nightstand. It's her phone. Notification preview. Strict encryption app. Message from handler. Target secured, cover identity Foley artist holding strong. The neighbor suspects nothing. Good work, Agent 4B. Await further instructions on the data analyst. Freeze. Stare at message. Stare at Ellie. She opens one eye. Sleepy smile. Babe, stop looking at my phone. Ellie, who is handler? She sighs. Sits up. Instant shift in demeanor. Clumsiness gone. Eyes sharp, cold, calculating. I told you, Anon, I'm a perfectionist. She reaches under the pillow. Pulls out a label maker. My label maker. And you, my love, have the most organized data access in the logistics sector. We need that shipping route for the watermelons. She boops my nose with the label maker. But don't worry, I really do like the cookies and the kissing. Are you the spy? Let's just say the Foley work is a very loud, very convenient cover. Nobody questions the weird girl making noises. She kisses my cheek. Go back to sleep, Anon, you're safe with me, as long as you keep making that oatmeal raisin recipe. Lay back down. Heart racing. Look at the ceiling. Dating a clumsy Foley artist was cute. Dating a clumsy super spy who used Foley as a cover to infiltrate my life. Analyze data. She's hot, rich, protects me, and likes my baking. And I just got paid $5,000. Hey, I can live with this. Wrap arm around her. Hey, Ellie. Tomorrow, teach me how to pick a lock properly. Deal, good night, asset. Good night, handler. Best relationship ever.